What is up, everybody? I am Get Flanked, and I am falling in love with Wamai. Wamai is the new defending operator coming with Operation Shifting Tides, and I think that he is one of the best DLC operators that we've seen introduced in this game in a very long time. Now, this might surprise some of you guys because Callie is the flashy operator that's coming with Shifting Tides. She's the attacker that has that sniper, and it's understandable. You know, that sniper is a one-shot down but not out on any operator in the game as long as you hit him in the torso, and that definitely has the potential to be strong, and it's definitely really flashy to see these Callie plays and see, you know, her with the sniper. But in my time that I've spent with both of them at this point in the test server, I personally feel that for the average player out there, Wamai is going to have a much bigger impact on the meta than what Callie will. And it's early. I could be wrong about this, but that's just how I feel right now. Now, I'm actually curious as to what you all are thinking right now. Which operator in Shifting Tides are you more excited about, Callie or Wamai? I'm going to have a poll up in the top right-hand corner of the screen right now where you can vote on the operator you're more excited about. So do that, and I'm interested to see those results. Okay, so what is it about Wamai that makes him so strong? Well, the fact of the matter is, I think that Wamai is the complete package. I really don't feel like he has a weakness in any way, shape, or form. But if I'm talking about his strengths, I'm going to start with the fact that he can bring the AUG A2 as a primary weapon. And I really think that people are sleeping on just how good this weapon is for a defender right now. And yes, I understand he can bring the MP5K as well. But in my opinion, there's no world in which you should be bringing that weapon over the AUG A2. Let me throw some stats at you here, okay? If you exclude machine pistols and shotguns from the equation, Wamai with that AUG A2 has the third highest DPS of any defender in the game, okay? The only two operators that have a higher DPS on defense would be Maestro and Jaeger. Now, for anybody who's not familiar, DPS stands for damage per second, and it's one of the more important stats that you can look at when comparing weapons, in my opinion. And just to throw some numbers at you here so you can get a better idea of what all this means. The AUG A2 comes in at a DPS of 504, okay? Bandit and his MP7, which is considered a very good weapon on defense, the DPS of that weapon is 480. Okay, so that's significantly higher DPS on the AUG A2 compared to the MP7. And hopefully that paints a picture for you for just how good this weapon. Now, DPS isn't the only thing to take into account. If a weapon has a very high DPS, but a lot of recoil, then that means that you're going to be, missing some of those bullets and not getting the full potential out of that DPS. But the fact of the matter is the AUG A2 is a laser. Like, it has very little recoil, and the recoil is very easy to control. So that's not a factor. It's a very usable weapon. And again, I just think that people are kind of sleeping on how good it is. I understand it's the ugliest weapon in the game. I mean, just look at it on screen. It's horrible to look at, but it's a very, very good weapon for a defender. Okay, so I made the case for his weaponry as being a part of his kit that makes him so good. Let me shut up now and just let this round play, and then we'll come back in. We'll talk about his other strengths.
Use your gadget. Nice.
It's another by tank duty.
Gridlock's in CC.
In our default plant.
Bomb has been located by Op 4. Last operator standing.
Magnet deployed. Catching projectiles.
It's gridlock.
Okay, so interesting note with that round is that every single one of those kills was body shot kills. Not a single one was a headshot kill, which is a testament to, having a weapon that has a high DPS. And I understand it's just a test server. I'm even playing casual in the test server. I get it. But I really think this is going to translate into ranked next season, and you're going to see Wamai as a force to be reckoned with. Okay, the next part of Wamai that I think is both really strong and really enjoyable to play is his gadget. The thing I love about Wamai's gadget is it allows you to make plays and be reactionary, okay? If you think about Jaeger's ADS, which it's natural to compare, Wamai's, magnet with Jaeger's ADS, they serve a lot of the same functions, but Jaeger's putting those down in the prep phase and then moving on, okay? And if the defense doesn't come the way the ADSs are, then the ADSs aren't going to do anything. With Wamai, you can be reactionary to what the attackers are doing. Once you get the sense of where they're pushing from, you can use Wamai's gadget to stop projectiles from that direction. Now, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in how to use Wamai yet and how to best use his gadget. I think we're just scratching the surface as far as potential. But that's what makes it so fun, is that the fact of the matter is that when you're using Wamai and you're stopping projectiles, you feel like you're making a play. You're involved in it. And that, even though it whether it's strong or not, is a good gameplay mechanic. It allows you as a player to feel like you're doing something. And I'm always a fan of that. Another thing that I love about the way that Wamai's gadget works is it makes you think about your decisions throughout the course of a round and think about the consequences of your decisions. So if you die early in the round, then you're not going to get very many of those magnets out. You're wasting some of the potential utility that Wamai could bring to the round. If you roam with Wamai, which he can do very effectively, he's got a great weapon to roam with. He's a 2 armor, 2 speed. So Wamai can roam, but are you going to get the most out of his gadget off site? If you think about it, the projectiles are more likely to be used by attackers on site when trying to execute than they are off site. Not saying it never happens, but it's more likely to happen on site. So if you're roaming with him, then you might not be in a position to use his gadget as effectively as you would be if you anchored. And I really think that Wamai's gadget makes anchoring fun. You saw in that clip that I played, I was anchoring with them, and it was fun to anchor and kind of rotate based on where I felt like the attackers were coming from, and then use his gadget to, throw in the direction that I think the attackers are coming from and stop their projectiles. Like, all of it makes anchoring really fun. Like, I get it. Some people don't enjoy anchoring. They don't feel like it's as fun as roaming. They feel like it can be boring, but with Wamai, he makes anchoring more exciting, in my opinion, than any other operator in the game. So Wamai's weaponry is good. Wamai's gadget is good. What about the rest of his kit? The fact is that he has barbed wire and deployable shield available to him. Deployable shield is extremely strong right now, and I'm finding using a deployable shield with Wamai is really strong because Wamai has the utility in the magnets to stop people from taking out his shield. So Wamai can set up a shield and then use his magnets to stop projectiles from taking the shield out. I'm still, working on this. It's not necessarily foolproof. I have had my shield destroyed while playing as Wamai, but it's definitely a utility drainer. At the very least, you're going to drain a lot of utility from the attackers if they're trying to get rid of your shield, as long as you're using your magnet effectively. So if I'm talking to like the average player out there, I would say to you to be bringing that shield. But I mean, we all know barbed wire is really strong as well. So I love how the deployable shield synergizes with Wamai, and I'm finding a lot of success in using that deployable shield on site, anchoring with Wamai, using his magnets to stop the push and to protect my shield as a defender. So yeah, I think that the fact that he has the deployable shield available just kind of sends him over the edge as far as like not just being a good operator, but a great operator. So yeah, I'm going to say it. I think Wamai is a god tier operator. I think that he's going to have a huge impact on the game. He's got great weaponry. He's got a great gadget, and he has deployable shield available to him. And beyond that, even beyond how strong he is, he's extremely fun to play for the reasons I mentioned before. I love the fact that his gadget is and allows you to be reactionary based upon what the attackers are doing. And all in all, I'm in love with Wamai, man. I love this operator. I'm really enjoying playing him. Let me know what you all think as far as Wamai down in the comments. I'll be reading through those as we go along here. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll have more coming your way here soon.